I wanted to make a video and talk about a subject that doesn't really get talked about enough in mountain biking, and that is to do with money. I feel that money in mountain biking is a very taboo subject. I feel people don't talk about it enough, and there's a lot of things that are kept in the dark, which I think stops brands and creators alike from growing all together. So in this video, I wanted to be really transparent and just talk about it and have an open conversation about it. I did some research like previous to making this video, and there isn't really much online in terms of like how much mountain bikers or racers actually make in terms of a salary. If we look at other industries, say like football or Formula One, you can openly search on Google how much these people get paid. You can search how much Max Verstappen gets paid. You can search how much Cristiano Ronaldo gets paid. I think one of the only people I know of who has talked openly a little bit about money is Aaron Gwynn on a podcast.
If you added up all my salary, my bonuses, prize money, signature product, royalties, and with a good year, this year I should be right about $1 million.
It's quite secret, all these things, but some of these riders earn big money.
This video isn't supposed to be me trying to uncover how much people get paid or anything like that. It's more the idea of opening up the opportunity for growth and allowing people to actually understand how much they are actually worth to a company or a brand, because they're probably worth a lot more than they think they are right now. And in this video, I've got something cool to share with you that's going to help you figure out how to determine what you're worth as an athlete, as a rider, or a content creator. So whatever you're doing, whether you're a racer, a content creator like myself, whether you want just literally free product in return for exposure, or you actually want to get paid to do your thing, this video hopefully will shed some light on this. To give this a bit of context, it's probably worth going back to where I started mountain biking. When I was like 16 years old, we used to go out riding in the woods every single night after school without fail. And all I wanted to do at that moment in time was ride my bike. There was like nothing else I would like to do. That kind of morphed into more than just a passion after like 5 or 6 years. It turned into something I wanted to turn into a career. So I started off racing downhill mountain bikes and pursued that for maybe 5 or 6 years. And my sole goal then was, I need to be as fast as possible. I want to race on the World Cup downhill circuit. I want to get on a big team. I just want to be as fast as I can on a bike, because that's what I thought back then was success. And it is still, that is success for some people. That is success for racers, like to go as fast as possible. Obviously, people at the top of the sport get paid for doing so. But back then, the only way that I thought that it was possible to turn my passion into a paying career was to become a full-time racer. And it wasn't until a few years later when I actually realized that results didn't really matter. I used to send my racing CV to companies, and it was plastered with like all my results, all my placings, because that's what I thought a brand wanted to see. And I thought my speed was the thing that was gonna seal the deal with a company, whether I would get a free bike or free product or get paid for racing or whatever. But it's not like that, as I've obviously found out. I'm not at the top of a downhill podium. Still do race enduro, obviously not at the top of that podium either. Still race at the top level against some of the fastest people on the planet. But I have realized now that there is more than one way to earn money doing what you love. And if it's mountain biking, it doesn't mean having to become a racer as such. This has been my story, as I know this is for a lot of people, but I know some people haven't raced before and they still have that drive to turn their passion into a paying job, or like their paying career, which is still real cool. But for me, what I actually realized was, and it was when the penny dropped, was when I actually realized that brands aren't paying people based on how fast they're on a bike. They're paying based on how much attention you have. And I think attention in this like digital era we're all living in is the most valuable currency for a brand, for a content creator, for a racer, for anyone. And that's why the prices of people like Max Verstappen, Cristiano Ronaldo are paid so well for what they do. And some people might look at them and think, wow, does he really deserve a 30, 40, 50 million dollar salary a year? Why are they getting paid that much? They're only kicking a ball around a field. But then you realize that these people have skill, but they also have something even more valuable, which is attention. They have millions of people's eyes on them. And for a brand and a content creator, athlete, whatever, that is the most important currency. That is the most important thing in turning your passion into a paying job or a paying career. Now I'm going to give you some examples now of some people that I follow who aren't specifically racers. They may have raced in the past, but I follow these people who I'm assuming they get paid fairly well, or they get compensated is probably a better way of putting it, for what they do. And they're not necessarily racers, like they just go out and create cool stuff. You have people like Killian Braun, you have people like Marky Math, you have Fabio Wilber, you've got Casey Brown, we have Vera Sandlin. I don't necessarily think these people are all born and bred racers. They just have a lot of attention and they're doing cool stuff. I am compensated based on the attention that I have, and same with Amanda as well. And sure, for us, things started out as free product in exchange for exposure to our audience, which is, you know, where it should start off, and it gives people a really good footing to understand how to create relationships, how to communicate with brands, how to know your worth, which is kind of what this video is about, understanding like what you can bring to the table and how valuable you actually are. Because I think a lot of people in our industry anyway, in mountain biking, undervalue themselves so much, and it's kind of hard to watch because there's some people who are at the top of the sport or at the top of their game, have incredible talent, incredible audience, but yet I don't believe they're being compensated as much as they should be. Whether that's money or whether that's product or what, compensation is just like a term I would rather use than money. And maybe it's worth even pointing out as well, like what money actually is, because I think that's one reason why people don't like talking about it, because it's very, you don't talk about money, it's very taboo. Some people are very open about it, some people are not so open about it. But money is just an exchange of value. You do something, and in return you get paid for it in bills or in pounds or wherever you're from, and then you can go and use that money for whatever you want. Create more cool content, go to new locations to create unique content. Money is a tool, and it should be used as a tool. Like they say, money makes the world go around, and I think that's really, really true, because without money it's kind of hard to do a lot of the things we all want to do. Whereas if we do have money, it opens doors, it enables us to go and do better things, which helps everybody grow. Like not just the person receiving the funding. Like it helps a brand grow, it helps the athlete grow. It's important basically. Maybe you're watching this and you want to turn your passion into a paid career, a paid job. And maybe right now you are getting free products off a brand or a company, or you're being compensated, but you want to take it to the next level, the next step, but you literally don't know what you're worth. How much do you charge for things? How do you value yourself? What I've actually created is a cool calculator which will help you figure all this out. So this cool calculator I have on my screen will show you or give you an estimate for what you could potentially look at as a ballpark figure to charge for things. Use this as a rough estimate. You may not be comfortable with charging the figures that will come out on this. You may be comfortable, you may want to charge more, you want to charge less. Just use it as a ballpark figure, but it'll get the brain cogs ticking so you can actually think about how to position yourself depending on the size of your audience, how much attention you have, what you actually do as an athlete or a content creator. So here's the calculator, and basically I've split it into 4 tabs: freelance, video and photo, and Instagram and YouTube, because I feel they're the main things that people are going to need help with. Let's just look at YouTube. How much should you charge for a YouTube video? You literally have to just plug these numbers in. If you have a YouTube channel, let's just put average views 5,000 for my last 10 videos. And it'll give me a total and it'll give me an average. Based on this, we can determine here, it's all very much step by step. You can come up with a price per 1,000 views. Now, if this is confusing for you, you can go into your YouTube studio if you have a channel and you can work out, let's just say for example, we'll put $1. Yes, it's in dollars, it's not in pounds, but just change the currency to wherever you're from. It will give you a basic price with no licensing, ownership or exclusivity for how much you can roughly charge for a video. Now this is very much lowball, but let's just say for example, we have a CPM, so cost per 1,000 views of say $5, and we have say 10,000 videos on all our videos here. We could probably look towards charging maybe $50 a video. Again, these are ballpark numbers. This is very, very low. Go with what you're comfortable charging and have a play with this. It's just supposed to be an estimate. Now, if we go into Instagram, which I know a lot of people will be interested in, we can look at all sorts of engagement calculators. We can put in number of followers we have. So let's just say, for example, me, I have 20,000 followers. Let's just go for 1,000 likes on a post across all my last 10 posts to keep the number simple. We have an engagement rate of 5%, and then we can look at how much we can charge for an Instagram post if that's what we want to do. So it even gives us numbers that we can work from. If we have 5% engagement rate, we can just put a 1 in there, and then this will obviously give you a basic price for an Instagram post without any licensing, ownership or exclusivity. This is basically you saying to a company or a brand, you will create a post for them and it'll live on your feed. When you bring in licensing, ownership and exclusivity, this is where companies and brands can use the content you create on different platforms, which you'd obviously charge a higher fee for, but I don't want to talk about it in this video. This is just like a really basic outline for you. And then there's also freelance video and photo rates, because I know a lot of people on here are going off like us, creating content for brands, and they're securing brand deals and stuff like that. So this is kind of a useful calculator as well. And it's all step by step here. You literally just answer the questions and put the numbers in, and it will give you a rough estimate of what it thinks you should charge. If you want to download that calculator, the link will be in the description below. Really simple to use. So I hope this has been a useful video for you. I'm really passionate about talking about this stuff. I want to make more videos on this stuff because I feel it's a topic people want to hear about. I couldn't find a video like this on the internet for mountain bikers or content creators, so I decided to make one. If you guys have any similar thoughts or any comments on what we've talked about, money, being compensated fairly for what you're doing, whether it's product or it's actual money, put it in the comments below. And if you have any ideas on future videos you want to see around this stuff, then let me know and I'll go make the video. Take care. See you in the next video.